A stabbing terror attack striking early Tuesday morning and a police officer lightly wounded in the attack. The reported assault around 5 a.m. at a construction site in the southern Israeli city of Ashkelon. According to police, the officer began checking a person who was behaving suspiciously at the site when the suspect then pulled a knife and attacked the inspector. The officer then responding quickly and firing at the subject, whose death was later declared on site. Police saying that the suspected terrorist, a resident of Hebron in Judea and Samaria, who was working in Israel illegally, similar to several other recent terrorists who've been part of the wave of attacks, leaving 14 Israelis dead and well over a dozen more injured in the past few weeks alone. So meanwhile, as part of ongoing preventative measures, IDF soldiers entering the city of Jenin and other areas on Tuesday for the third straight day of arrest raids. At least 14 Palestinians suspected of involvement in terrorist activity reportedly detained, several of whom members of terror groups like Hamas, and at least 4 vehicles and 2 weapons likewise seized. And then again, this coming after multiple other terror attempts reported on Monday alone, including a yet unconfirmed report of a Palestinian security officer who attempted to carry out a shooting attack inside an Israeli settlement. The officer in question supposedly admitting to his plans after being arrested by Palestinian security services for firing his weapon into the air following his failure to gain entry into the community. Though unlike many other officials within the PA who've been quick to offer support for the recent terrorism, Palestinian security services attempting to distance themselves from this attacker, saying that, quote, he doesn't represent the PA system. This as the Israeli High Court ruling that the Palestinian Authority can be found liable for terror by virtue of its so-called pay-for-slay policy, the policy referring to monthly stipends paid by the PA to convicted terrorists or their families for life, and on a prorated scale depending on the death and damages caused. ILTV Plus, your news from Israel and more 24/7. Start your free trial today. Subscribe at iltv.tv and watch from any device.